Hi everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. I just stumbled upon this article from Bloomberg and it is behind a paywall, so I just went onto their YouTube channel and found out this video snippet, which is very small but raises some very important questions, and I will drop the link to it in video's description. But I'm not going to talk about this video or this article. What I'm going to talk about in this video is something very important, and I would highly suggest that in order to understand the context of this video, you should also read more about this person, Kai Fu Lee, who has worked at Apple, SGI, Microsoft, and Google. So apparently, he knows what he is talking about, and what he is talking about is quite interesting. Not only at Bloomberg, but I have found a lot of references in a lot of media outlets and social media from him, and he raises some really pertinent questions, and maybe, just maybe, he gives us a glimpse into the future. And the future is and the future primarily asks the question, is OpenAI and similar companies like Anthropic about to get disrupted by a Chinese underdog? As I said, this interview which I just referred to and various other snippets on social media gives us the idea that this scenario might be very likely, at least in the short term. This person Lee highlighted DeepSeek, which is a Chinese AI model that's quietly spreading across corporate China. But here is what is interesting: it is open source, costs a fraction to run, and is gaining traction with stunning momentum. And yes, you have heard it right. DeepSeek has already made inroads in most of the big Chinese companies, and now it is being implemented in medium sized companies. And if you have ever looked at the size of China's economy and the number of companies they have, you know what I'm talking about. It is mammoth, it is humongous. And this forces us to ask, could the current giants of AI, including heavily funded entities like OpenAI with multi billion-dollar annual costs, be sitting on shaky ground? Lee rightly points to the sizable operating expenses OpenAI is burdened with, costs that might become strategically problematic if cheaper alternatives like DeepSeek start solving the same problem at fraction of cost. But let's pause and ask something else. Can this ultra low cost strategy by DeepSeek truly scale long term without sacrificing quality, innovation, or security? History suggests open source comes with vulnerabilities and challenges in creating sustainable business models. Is DeepSeek truly prepared to face those hurdles, especially as global regulators increasingly scrutinize data security and model governance? On the flip side, OpenAI must wonder, can its closed, costly model stand against nimble competitors who run similar or even moderately inferior technology for a fraction of the price? It also begs the question, what's the long term game plan for companies depending on premium pricing of AI products in an environment where the core tech is rapidly commoditizing? And finally, zooming out even further, where does government support fit into all of this? The Chinese government's strategic push to integrate and champion AI solutions across industrial stands in contrast to Washington's regulatory mood around AI. Will this fuel Chinese involvement and its innovation in even more, or will Western restrictions on chips and other tech blunt China's AI ambitions? And that is not a small question. Some people even think that the future of planet hinges on this very question, and I'm not really exaggerating it. I believe we are heading into an unknown territory where efficient open sourced simply collides head on with closed but more sophisticated heavyweights. The AI sector is evolving into an incredibly fascinating race, and companies on both sides had better buckle up. I'm very keen to hear your thoughts too on it. Before I let you go, let me also introduce you to the sponsors of the video who are AgentBot. AgentBot lets you effortlessly deploy a personalized knowledge bot across platforms like Discord, Slack, and others. It is ideal for open source tech communities and startups that provide user support, and I will drop the link to their website in video's description. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.